Welcome back to our Scratch Project 5.1 Interactive. This is the video tutorial for the day 2 slides. If you didn't see the tutorial for the day 1 slides, go back and watch that and get caught up with us and then get ready to go. Now that we're here for day 2, I have both my windows open. If you closed anything, I want you to split your screen so you can see your slides at the same time, or you can just go off this tutorial. And I have my project up. We did our day 1. We chose 4 backdrops, named it, got rid of Scratch Cat, and chose our own sprite. And then we added a different costume. I added a balloon, whatever you guys decided. So we're ready for day 2. On day 2, we are going to reopen our Scratch project and we are going to do our coding today. It's our coding day. So I'm going to come right over here and I am going to go to day 2. So first we are going to reopen our project. I've already done that. If you did not, if you closed it, you're going to go back to CS First and you're going to click on projects. When you click on projects in CS First, it's going to show you all of your latest projects. So the project that we started on day 1 should be close to the top because we just worked on it. So you should open your project, just click on it and we'll open it. Remember, at any time in this tutorial, you can pause it so that you can catch up with me. So our startup code, we always have startup code because if someone leaves our project in the middle of it or whatever it is, this is our reset code. So in our startup code, I'm going to switch to our code tab. Our startup code has to have these first 4 blocks. We need a when green flag is clicked, we need the event block. We need a motion block of where we want our sprite to always start. And then we need to switch the costume back and the backdrop because in this project, we are switching through costumes and backdrops. So we always want to reset to the backdrop we want to start with and the costume we want to start with. So I am going to set that up for myself. Okay, I think I like actually where Gobo is right now. I might move him a little bit here, a little down, and I like the backdrop that I'm starting on right here. So let me grab my 4 blocks of code, and you can do this with me. With Scratch, everything's color-coded, so I know if I need this when green flag clicked, I can go to my events because it's the yellow. So I'm going to click on yellow for events. I'm going to grab a when green flag's clicked. I'm going to bring it out here and drop it onto my editor. And then I'm going to go and find my motion block that I need. First, put your sprite where you want, so then these numbers will be accurate. I'm going to hit go to XY right here. And it already has my numbers. If you look right here, it's -110, -79. That's exactly where Gobo is, and my correct numbers are in here. If I had grabbed that block before I put them in, I would have to change this to whatever these numbers are right here. So I always move my sprite first. And then now I need to go to my looks. I need 2 purple blocks right here. I need a switch costume. I'm going to grab that out. And I need a switch backdrop right down here. I'm going to grab that out. So right now, these 2 are not correct because they just come up with anything. So you need to make sure to do your drop down menu. And I want Gobo A. I want to start with that costume. And I want to start in the bedroom. So I'm going to hit bedroom 1. So now this is the startup blocks that you need. These are the ones that are our reset blocks. The rest of these blocks over here on the slide are the conversation that we're going to do. And these are up to how long that you want your conversation to be. And they're more optional, but these first 4 blocks you need. So I want you guys to grab those first 4 blocks and then come on. Now that we have our reset code, I want us to do a conversation. You have to tell the user what the project's about. They won't know what to press unless you tell them. So pause the video, get your 4 blocks, and then come back and let's do our conversation. With the conversation blocks, first I always have them introduce themselves. So I like to do this first one right here because I can have him do it by a certain amount of time. So I can adjust the time for it. So he's going to say, hello, my name is Gobo. Not Gojo, Gobo. And then I am going to grab down a different one because if you make this too long, it's kind of hard to see. So I like to break up my text. So I'm going to grab my next one. My next one is going to talk about what he wants to do. And my third one is going to give instructions to the user of what to do. I'm going to change my timing later. Right now, I'm just typing in my words. He is going to write what he's going to tell the user what to do. So here's where you kind of have to think of a storyline here. You look at the backdrops that you chose and you decide what to do. If we look at the backdrops that I chose, I'm going to go to my backdrops tab. I have a colorful city, a farm, and space. I think I'm going to say that he's going to go visit his uncle on the farm. He's really excited. And then he's going to tell the user to take him to the farm, but then he's going to end up going through the city and space. So I think with my code, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to make sure I have Gobo chosen. And he's going to say, it's time for me to head to my uncle's farm. And you guys can make up whatever you want. So now I'm going to say, I'm going to give instructions on my third one. Press 1 to take me to the farm. Okay, so my first say block says, hi, my name is Gobo. It's my introduction. My second one is, it's time for me to head to my uncle's farm. What I want to do. My third one is the instructions. Press 1 to take me to the farm. So why don't you grab down 3 blocks and do your introduction, what your character wants to do, what your sprite wants to do, and then press 1, press whichever. You don't have to say 1, you can say spacebar. You can put whichever key that you want. After you type what you want, then you're going to run through and we're going to check timing. So I'm just going to check it and see if people can read it or if I need to add more time. I think I need to add a little bit to the second and third one just because it's kind of a longer sentence. I'm going to add 3 seconds. So you can adjust your timing, but that is our startup code. Once you're done with that, you can go to slide 2-3. On the next one, now we have our interactive code. We want to say, well, what happens when we press the 1 or whichever key that you chose? This will have a different event, so it will not be connected to our first set of code. So I have to go back to my events because I have to say, well, when the space key, that is the block you're going to grab, I'm going to change that to when the 1, and you'll see that you can choose any key. When the 1 key is pressed, what do I want to have happen? I want to always say, switch my costume to, I always want to grab that block, even if his costume doesn't switch, because people could be coming from a different number. They don't always have to go in order. They might hit different things. You always want to make sure it's in the costume that you want it to be in. So even though I'm not going to switch costumes right now, I'm always going to grab one of these blocks. I'm going to put it in just so I know what costume he's going to be in when he goes to the colorful city, because that is my next stop. I'm going to say switch backdrop to, and I'm going to go to the colorful city. And then I'm going to do a conversations. But first I need to switch this to Gobo A, the costume I want him to be in the colorful city. And then I need to switch my backdrop to colorful city. Now he's going to say, yikes, this isn't where I wanted to go. He's going to say something of, oh no, shoot, I'm in the wrong spot. Whatever you want to say right here to tell your user that he didn't end up where he thought he wanted to end up. So I'm going to grab down 2 more conversation blocks for my purple looks. And I am going to say, yikes, this isn't the city. Or this isn't the farm. This is the city. This isn't the farm. Try, and then he's going to give instructions on the next one. He's going to say, well, try pressing 2. Try pressing the 2. And my screen keeps jumping because I make it so small right here. The 2 button. Okay, so now I'm going to check that out. Yikes, this isn't the farm. Try pressing the 2 button. You can also change where he is. You can move him. He can be up in the sky. He can be wherever you want. If you want to do that, you go to your motion blocks and you're going to click. You can move him here and say, okay, I want him to actually be kind of cruising around. And so I'm going to move him. So now these numbers change, and I'm going to grab out a go to XY, and I'm going to put that in there. And so now when the green flag is clicked, he starts at -110, -79. And when the 1 is pressed, he moves over. And I can even switch the direction that he is looking if I want. You can do whatever you want. But the 4 that you need are switch costume, switch backdrop, and 2 conversation blocks. So pause your video, catch up with me, and let's go on to see what happens when we press number 2. So now with number 2, he's going to be in the colorful city. So I have to grab an events, and I have to grab another when space key is pressed. And this is going to go on for however many backdrops that you have. I'm going to switch this to a 2. And now I still need my 2 looks from my purples. I need my switch costume. And I need my switch backdrop. And he is going to now still be in Gobo A. And he's going to switch to the nebula. It already is there. I need to grab down 2 more conversation blocks. And I'll say, now I'm in space. Shoot. And then he needs to have another conversation. So I'm going to attach this on. I'm going to move that down. So now I have 2 more conversation blocks. On my right here, I'm going to say, this still isn't the farm. I'm going to capitalize that. Still isn't the farm. Sheesh. And now he's going to say, hey, try 3. And for some reason, I've been putting quotation marks around it. So I'm going to do that again for consistency here. You don't have to. It's just something that sets it apart as, oh, that's what I need to hit. Okay, so now I have my switch costume, my switch backdrop, and my 2 conversation blocks. I want you to do the same. Pause the video and then keep going. For our next one, this one's going to be a little different. I'm going to click this to see where we are here. And actually, I'm going to move him so he's kind of floating right here because it's kind of funner if he's right there. So I'm going to add a go to XY. I moved him already, so these numbers will be correct. I'm going to put it into my code if it will let me. So you do not have to move your sprite around, but it's kind of fun if you want to. Okay, my next thing of code is kind of fun. This is where our costume comes in. So with the costume, we are going to grab another win the space key. And actually, I'm going to show you how to do a little cheat here. If you right click on this block of code, you can hit duplicate. And you don't have to grab all those again because now we're basically using the same ones over and over. So now you can just adjust it for what you need. So what we're going to do, this one's kind of fun. On this last block, when the 3 key is pressed, I'm going to change that to a 3. Remember, you can use whichever ones you want. I am actually going to switch my costume this time. I'm not going to switch my backdrop. He's going to change into a balloon. And he's going to still be in the same spot. I put that right here just in case he comes from somewhere else. I want him to be right here when he goes onto the nebula. And I'll say, yikes. I'm a balloon now. Help. And then he'll say, I don't know. Oops, it's going to make me jump all over sometimes. I'm going to say, I don't know. Maybe try 4. Maybe try 4. I'm going to put my quotation marks. You can put whatever you want to say right here because now we changed into a balloon. And he's going to say, I don't know, maybe try 4. And on 4, it's going to take him back to the first. So I am going to do my hack of duplicating, bring it down. And now when the 4 key is pressed, he's going to finally be at the farm. He's going to be where he finally wanted to be. And I'm going to switch his costume back. He is not going to be a balloon anymore. He's going to the farm. And he's going to say, phew, I'm finally here at the farm. And then he's going to say, thanks for helping me get to the farm. And now I am done with my coding. You can add more coding, you can change it, alter it, make it your own. Come back for day 3 and we will go through those slides.